we can start. Today I'm going to be making, got a little darn camera's way down there, but let's see, what do you call it? An acne scrub soap, because I'm out. I love it. Makes me look like my eyes blow down on this side. Oh, gotta love it. But wait a minute, you can't see what I'm doing, can you? Yoink. Let's go around this way. There you go. We're basically making a melt-and-pour type of soap. And it's kind of early in there because it's still got some chunks in it. It ain't melted quite yet. But while I'm waiting for it to melt, and the fact that you don't need to get above, I think it's 155, 157 degrees, somewhere around there. Maybe it's 150. I try not to let it go above 150. It's just my personal preference. And sorry that I have my back to you. It's just I'm trying to do more than one thing, trying to make sure this stuff breaks apart more evenly, because the way I cut it up, I try to cut it in cubes and it tries to re-stick back to itself. But what you'll need for this type of soap is some ground oatmeal. It's not finely ground, by the way. It's not finely ground. It's just mostly just it's not finely ground, but it's, you can still see it's got some. You know what? I'll screw it. I'll just let you see for yourself if I can do it without dumping the stuff everywhere. But it's not super fine. Now, if I were to sit there and hold it down and just hold, because what I use is a coffee grinder, and what I use is just some cheap old everyday old-fashioned oats. But this is what you'll need. You'll need grapeseed oil. You'll need almond oil, tea tree, and thyme. For those of you who do not understand why I put thyme in it, Thyme, I will read from a book. Let's see, where is it? That's tea tree. Yeah, I know I should have probably had this already done up. I used to have this darn thing running around here. But thyme, let's see if I can find a glossary in this thing. Stupid camera. Gotta love how it screws up. But thyme is really good when it comes to killing bacteria that causes acne. I want to make sure I get it exactly as they say. 136. I don't want anybody saying I was lying to them about anything. Okay, thyme. Thyme. Let's see. Helps clear acne. Studies show that constitutes, or yeah, that's what it looks like. It says constitutes in time can be more effective than benzoyl peroxide, the active ingredient in most acne creams and washes, at killing bacterium, the bacterium that causes acne. So, according to this book, it says that thyme is really good at killing the bacteria, or at least according to studies of killing bacteria in acne. Now, I also add, as you saw, tea tree. Tea tree is a very good antifungal, antibacterial, and antiviral. Well, what is acne? Well, it's basically clogged up pores, things of that nature. It's basically stuff that's, how would I say, it's either a viral or bacterial infection that has gotten into the pore and has caused irritation. That's what most of it is. Now, an infected hair could be just lipids, or I'm trying to remember exactly what it's called, but it's basically the skin oil in your skin will drip down the hair follicle, get in the hair follicle, and stop it up, and then cause a problem. Another thing, while I'm thinking about it, before I forget, I forgot to add or tell about the vitamin E. I put vitamin E in there because vitamin E is good for the skin and things of that nature. I also put bentonite. It's technically called sodium bentonite powder, but it's bentonite powder. I put buttermilk powder reconstituted in there. And I put beeswax. The beeswax, the only purpose I really put that in there for is to harden the bar. Because naturally the bar is kind of soft and it easily break down. Now, are you putting a lot of this stuff in there? No. I'm not going to give you my exact formula. Okay. But I'm not going to give you my exact formula, because if I did that, I wouldn't be able to make no money, hopefully. Hopefully make some money doing this, because I use this for my stuff, for my acne. I've sold this bar to a few women, or given it to a few women, I should say, talking about the bars, and they really loved it. Now, in some cases, I'll add coconut oil. Whoops. There we go. Coconut oil. And yes, this is the same crap that you buy off the shelf at Walmart. Nothing special about it. But I do that because, oh, by the way, I'm putting in the beeswax now because I want it to get in there, because it takes this stuff a while to, how do I say it, to melt. Because for whatever reason, this stuff is a pain to get to darn melt. I think it's right now. But we can put that off to the side. I'm in this ball. Just an old pill ball. I used to have a shot glass I'd sit up there. I had a few shot glasses I do, but they just went poof and vanished. That's what happens when you live with family and things of that nature. Now this ball here is an old pill bottle as well, but it's got same bentonite powder in it. And the main reason I've got this thing capped off is you probably can't see it too well, or if this stuff gets shaken up, it just, you know what, I'll uncap it and see if it, I don't know if you can see it, but it fumes. It'll literally get airborne. So you have to be a little careful with it. Don't want to breathe that stuff in. Let's see, the buttermilk powder, whenever you reconstitute it, the main advantage it has is the fact that it helps soften the skin and it helps with lathering of the bar. It helps. I'm trying not to make a bar that lathers too much, but the reason you want to lather some is because people don't believe something can work if it doesn't lather. What do you call it? The corporate the industry has went there and started has long since added butt tons of sodium lithoral sulfate and stuff to get the lather. And my soap base, which is a what is the word I'm looking for? I got the lid over here to one. Okay, this one's a honey base, but this one has a little bit of sodium lithoral sulfate in it. This one here, the one I'm using at the moment, has a teeny bit of it in there as well. The reason that you can't get the big stuff in the store for a decent price if it doesn't have a sodium lithoral sulfate. To buy a block of it is $20-something. A 5-pound block of soap base is $20-something. This is not a cheap, what do you call it? This is not a cheap little, how do I say, activity to get into. Too darn long that has something to drink. But I'll pick you up here in just a second. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. Yep, you can see as it's going around and around in there, it's not melted at all. It takes this stuff a little while to melt. I'll just straight up say it. You can probably see that starting what it looks like doing, but it can be a pain in the butt getting this darn stuff to completely melt and get all of it. Whoops. Get you up here. But I don't really have a good darn camera. I wish I did. If I had multiple cameras where I could splice them in with a little click of a darn button, I'd have it so you could look right down onto a darn stove and sit there and be all fancy. But plain and simple, ain't got the thousands of dollars to do that. Just plain and simple, I ain't got it. And if y'all are picking up this screeching noise from this, I've always called them egg beaters. That's what my mom always called them. But I can't remember what the heck these are called. Mixer tools? Something. I can't remember off the top of my head. But from the sound of that, going around and around and around trying to get that crap to mix, I'm sorry. I've been busy working on lawn tractors, trying to get them fixed and running. I got one of them running out of two. Luckily, it was not in that bad of shape. Oh, here's another little tip. This is the reconstituted buttermilk powder. Pick you up again. Get you to look on down in now. See, it's just basically just buttermilk. But the reason you want to use the powder and not the stuff out of the, what do you call it? Out of the milk carton. Yeah, milk carton, milk jug, milk something, whatever you decide to get your milk from. The reason you don't want to do that way is because whenever they powderize it, it basically kills everything. All the bacteria, everything. There ain't nothing left alive in that buttermilk. Nothing. Should use the spoon. But too late. Too late, as they say. Whoops. Don't you fall that way. Last thing I want is that thing to get melted. Yeah, problem, you know, single, trying to do all this crap alone, you only got but 2 hands. Wash that out. Wash this out. Wash that out. Loop. Loop. Now, this, you know what? Screw it. I'll pick you up and have you see it for yourself. You'll see if I can get this sucker to do right. It's white at the moment, but because I added that stuff in there, it turned into a creamish light color. Yay! It turned into a creamish light color. It don't look so dead looking. Now it looks like something bled in it. Gotta love it. But thyme, while I'm thinking about it, thyme I didn't realize before I bought it, smells just like a tire shop. It stinks. I was just going to say it. For those of you who love the smell of thyme, y'all must love going into tire shops. I don't. I might have worked as a mechanic for about 2 years, but I did not like the smell of damn tires. Let's see. Whoops. There's one. This side done. This side. Now, at the moment we're adding sodium bentonite powder. You're going to see it for yourself. Nope. Let's see, sodium bentonite powder likes to sit on the top really badly. And it can be a pain. It's worse to get this stuff to get in there. Hell, I'm doing a pretty darn good job. Oh, but dang. I did a better job the darn day than I normally do. Maybe I need to start doing more videos. Plain and simple. The only thing I do is male shave soap, female shave soap, and acne soap. I've thought about getting into hair care. But the problem is, as y'all can see, I'm thinning. Gotta love it. Gotta love your genetics. So I ain't got much hair to try the stuff on. I had me a girlfriend, I could sit there and give it to her and let her try it. My mom won't try it. My sister won't try it. My niece, she don't need to try it because she's allergic to something in my darn soap making, and we don't know what it is. I think what it was is she didn't take care of her darn self like she was supposed to and wash her dang hair or her face off. Now, as you'll see, this is a shot glass. This has got a mixture of all those essential oils. as you saw, just for example, you're at about the ½ ounce mark. So, this stuff is not super cheap like people think. Man, this stuff, oof. It kind of stinks. Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. I'm not one of those that loves the smell of thyme. Man, I was gonna smell like an tire shop. Maybe I need to just buy some tires, put them in here. Open up our shop. What do you do? I sell make soaps. Now, the absolute last thing we put in is this. The granulated oatmeal. It's supposed to be technically chopped up oatmeal. But the reason I mix it in now is because as soon as you add it in there, if you add it into something that's like what's the word I'm looking for? I tell you what, this stuff looks just like oatmeal. It's really overly watery oatmeal. But the reason I don't, like, I tell you what I put in here is because I looked on Etsy to see the competition. Let's see which way do I need to go with this. Boo boo. There you go. Like I said, it looks a bit like oatmeal. But the reason I'm leaving that in there is because that water is hot. But back on the subject about why I ain't telling y'all everything I put in there, it's because I've looked on Etsy. I've had people tell me, you need to sell your products on the Etsy. I've heard some good things about that place. It's good and glorious and oh my Lord, honey. Yeah. Gotta love getting in that southern, feminine deal. You've heard some of our older women. But the reason I'm not selling or telling y'all any of my stuff is because I don't want somebody to copy it, for one. For one, I don't want nobody to copy it. Because, see, my thing is, if I ever sell a product, if I ever talk to someone, I can custom make like formulas to somebody's needs. To somebody's needs, I can do it. Well, a lot of people won't. There it is. Yoink. And because I am sick and tired of smelling that crap, I'm going to go ahead and put some of this in there. Yoink. Cool musk. Country Lane Cool Musk. Got that smell out of here because it stinks. Yeah, I can't smell the tire smell much anymore. Still a little bit. This will be about an ounce or two. No, it's not even an ounce, it's like a little capful. Yeah, there we go. There we go, smells good now. But and here's another thing too. If you get it too darn hot, you can't pick it up with your bare hands. Holy crap! I must be the devil or something if I can hold something hot like this in my hands. No. Sorry, I ain't really talking too much during this time. I'm just really being careful not to spill this crap all over the counter. I spilled that, and I didn't. Yeah, I kind of pee my mother off whenever I do this stuff. Because sometimes I accidentally spill it. But like I always tell her,